What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It. Welcome to the Ash Said It show. I am your host, Ash Brown. I appreciate all the love and support. Over 1,800 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this is possible without you guys, so I thank you so very, very much. And yes, darling, it is a December to remember. If you haven't already, go check out my Instagram page at OneLoveAsh, number one, Loveash. I am giving away all kinds of goodies this month. So if you want to see what giveaways I have going on this week, you got to go check my page and you got to go follow instructions. This time of year is so much fun. It's so much wonderful shopping and spending of all of the money. Sometimes it can be a little stressful. All right. I know people coming into town, people traveling, and making sure that the holidays are just special for the whole family. You got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So today I've got the wonderful Mandy Rowe with me. She's the director of corporate development for True Rest Float Spa. Hey, Mandy.
Hey, Ash. How you doing?
I am doing pretty awesome today, Mandy. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for the introduction.
Not a problem. For those that are unaware, what is True Rest Float Spa?
Yeah, sure. It's actually kind of amazing still how many people maybe have heard of floating but don't actually know what it is or haven't tried it. But it is just 10 inches of water and 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt. So when you come into True Rest, you've got your own private float suite, you get into the float pod, and you just float effortlessly on top of the water. So you can get really profound relaxation and pain relief, and you're totally in control of the experience, so it can be anything you want. You can plug in your own music, you can keep the lights on, and if you want the purest experience, it's like sensory deprivation, which means no sound, no light, no gravity.
I like that. Now, I've been hearing for the last couple of years. A few years ago, I was a flight attendant, and so a couple of my flight attendant buddies are like, oh my gosh, you have to go and do a float, Ash. You got to go check out one of these float spas. And I just haven't made my way out there, but a little birdie pinched me and told me that you guys are out in McDonough, Georgia now.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't know the flight attendants were so into floating. It's a new demographic I'm going to have to start marketing to. But yeah, actually, one of the benefits people tell me all the time is from traveling, they float and it really helps with their jet lag. So now that you say it, it's not as surprising as I first thought.
Yeah.
But we opened this location in McDonough, Georgia on Vinings Drive about 2.5 years ago, and we're about to open the second one in Peachtree City in the area. But it's a beautiful spa. We've got 6 float pods here.
Approximately how long does a float take?
So, I mean, the way that I first found floating is because the Navy SEALs were doing it for 4 hours at a time. And, they were really trying to fall asleep, have some PTSD recovery. But for our average client that comes in, we just want you to really get exposed to the experience. And we feel like an hour is usually the perfect float for everyone trying to come on like a regular basis or come try it for the first time. And that 60 minutes really allows you to drop your blood pressure in the first 10, 15 minutes, get into the really profound relaxation for about 45 minutes, and then wake up for 5 minutes on the tail end with some music, maybe some light stretching before the filter kicks on at the end. So all of our sales and our appointment slots right now are for 1 hour, but if you'd like to do 2.5 or 4, you do have those options.
Who should float? Like, is there any weight or age restrictions as far as floating goes?
No. I mean, I think that's the beauty of float therapy. I mean, it is a totally holistic experience. So, there's no way to overdose on it. There's no such thing as too much floating. And with the dense amount of salt in the float pod, everyone floats. So, we've got, NFL players that are floating all over the country. And, me, all 5 feet of me, floats as well. And I have some kids that are as young as 9 that come in and float, but my average demographic, of everyone that walks in is probably between, let's say, 25 and 65, equally split between men and women. So it's not just like, a fancy day spa for women, but a lot of men that have any kind of back pain or have sore muscles or are stressed out from, work, whatever it is, also come in equally to women.
Everyone knows Epsom salt is really good. It's got a lot of great qualities. Throughout the years, I've set up a lot of foot soaks for relatives and family members and things of that nature. Actually, I guess immersing myself in in Epsom salt water. Like it's all around good. Let's talk about some of those benefits.
Yeah, no, so what you just described, floating is that on steroids. So the 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt that we put in is actually a pharmaceutical grade magnesium sulfate. So most people are usually deficient in magnesium, but magnesium is really good for your skin.
Right.
It's really good to work the lactic acid through your muscles. It's not damaging to your hair like a lot of people assume when they hear that it's salt.
Right.
But then when you're floating on top of the water and actually getting that anti-gravity experience because of the salt, you can actually get 100% pain relief while you're floating.
Oh, wow.
So that means anyone struggling with migraines to fibromyalgia to spinal cord injuries,
right.
you know, whatever your pain is, you're going to feel, or you should feel absolutely nothing while you're floating.
Right.
And then hopefully be able to keep that pain at bay for a few days afterwards. And then kind of like you said, you know, at the very beginning, the ability to just disconnect from the world is something that's very hard to find these days. From your technology, from, you know, the people in your household while we're all, you know, in various stages of lockdown. So to escape and just be by yourself and not even have to worry about lights or sound or any kind of external stimuli is one of the most relaxing things you're going to find on this earth. I truly believe that. And then, you know, the other thing that we hear a lot too is better sleep. So some people fall asleep on top of the float pod, and that is totally fine. You can sleep on top of the water. The water will completely support you. And it's at skin temperature, so you kind of lose sense of where the water's touching your skin.
Oh, wow.
And so if you fall asleep while you're floating, it probably means your body just really needed that, you know, level of relaxation. But you'll probably find that when you go home and sleep at night, you're going to have a really good, nice, deep sleep as well.
Oh my gosh, I got to come out to McDonough and visit you guys, Mandy. You're putting all these.
Please, we'll take care of you. Come do it.
You're putting all these little these good little droplets in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I need to. It's been a minute. You know, we've been dealing with this COVID stuff. We've been dealing with this pandemic life, and I think I do need a float. I'm gonna put that on my list. I gotta make sure that happens soon. You guys actually have a promotion going this month, right?
We do, yeah. So for the holidays, it's the best deal you're going to get all year, and it's a buy one, get one free on gift cards. So normally, like if you were just to, you know, walk in from the sidewalk, your price is going to be $89 unless you're on a membership of some kind.
Right.
But now we're going to do 2 floats for the price of $89. And for a lot of people, we do feel like, you know, floating can be a vulnerable experience if it's something you're not familiar with.
Right.
And it's really fun to come with a friend or a family member who you know is maybe struggling or stressed and needs a little bit of relaxation.
Right.
So you guys can come together. You bring as many people as you want, honestly. We've got 6 float pods. But that buy one, get one free deal is on our website at truerest.com. You can find the McDonough location and just click purchase. Or you can actually do it from our Instagram account too, which is just True Rest MCD. And the link is right there in our bio. And we're going to be running it through the end of the year. So you can stock up on those gift cards. And as a first-time client, you also get for free 10 minutes on our oxygen bar.
Ooh, let's talk about the oxygen bar, Mandy. I'm ready.
Well, the sensory deprivation side of floating, which, again, you don't have to do. You can leave the lights on or keep the music on. But it's so relaxing that the last thing I want you to do is rush back out to your car and be thinking about you know, the bright lights and someone honking at you or the calls that you have to make. I want to help you continue that relaxation and also just wake up a little bit, maybe reflect on any feelings or thoughts that you were going through while you were in the float pod. So it's really nice to sit on the oxygen bar. It's a compressed oxygen, so it's like taking a continuous deep breath, and you're just getting more oxygen to your blood cells, which is going to help with any kind of migraines. It's going to help wake you back up if you want something like peppermint or citrus, so like the orange groves. Or if you want to keep relaxing, obviously lavender or chamomile are really good options, which will, again, help you sleep, help you continue to relax.
Right.
And you can journal and drink hot tea with us while you sit on the oxygen bar before you rush back out into your day.
Wow. That sounds like, you know, you're making it so homely there, Mandy. I may not leave.
Hey, that's the point. We want you to come back, and we want you to feel like you found a community of people that just, you know, want to be better for themselves and be better for their friends and their family and be able to take advantage of the day without having all those stressors in your life. So I think it's a great tool for anyone that just wants to reset and strategize for the day or relax at the end of the night. There's really no bad time to float.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. So, Mandy, let everyone know the best way to book their reservations if they want to book their appointments or if they want to get in contact with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So truerest.com, and you go to locations. And when you find the McDonough page, there will be a book now where you can get to our calendar. You can book online. You can book through our chat bot that's on the website. We have an app that you can download that's just called True Rest, and you can get all of our information from there. We do scratch-off cards there. There's a lot of information you can get from the app. Or, of course, like I said earlier, there's all of our social media. So True Rest MCD will be the McDonough page, and the buy one, get one link is right there in our bio.
All right. Well, Mandy, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Yeah. I hope to see you there, Ash.
Absolutely. I mean, I have to come now. I mean, you got to get my cot set up at the side there, Mandy, because I see I'm going to probably just stay, a couple of days with you guys. But
all right, we'll make it happen.
We'll see about that. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so, so very much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.